How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Waffle Rowlet, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. So today we have some actual news about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, as well as Pokemon 2019, and I thought we'd go through the information, guys. So if you do not know, Masuda is having an interview with, I think, Famitsu, which is like a magazine or like, you know, one of those outlets, gaming outlets, so to say, or just like entertainment outlets in Japan. And the whole interview, I'm not sure if it's been done yet or finished yet. I know that apparently it has been, you know, it's going on, it's happened or whatever, but it's not been translated and fully released yet. It's still being, like, I guess, transcribed or whatever, and just getting put into text, so to say. But we're gonna get more info, you know, probably tomorrow or later today. We'll see when it pops up, everything, guys. But when it all comes out, I'll make a video for you guys and let you know about it. But since I'm not sure if it's going to come out today or tomorrow, I want to just go through the information that we know so far that has been talked about. And one of these things is that Game Freak says Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee may be forward compatible. Now, what does this mean? What do they mean by forward compatible? Well, basically that you'll be able to, there'll be a connection between Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and the 2019 Pokemon Switch games, and that connection would be in the sense of, like, perhaps battling or perhaps trading. Now, trading, I think, is the main, like, objective here, and also comments on 2019 RPG here. So, Ryan Carlock here on Nintendo Life made this article, and, you know, he goes through some information coming from, I think, NintendoEverything.com, which we'll go through their info as well, but we'll start from here, and we'll, you know, we'll go through things one by one here, but let's get started from the actual article. So, Game Freak says Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee may be forward compatible. Now, with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee still a handful of months away, there's still an awful lot that we don't know about these latest Pokemon Pocket Monster catching titles. One of these unknown areas is how the games will connect to other titles. We know that there will be interaction with mobile sensation Pokemon Go, but what about other mainline entries? Speaking in an upcoming issue of Famitsu, which is with some early snippets currently translated by Nintendo Everything, Game Freak's Junichi Masuda has hinted at the possibility of forward compatibility. It appears that Masuda was asked about how players might be able to trade Pokemon from the Let's Go titles to others. Here's his response. There have been times where you couldn't bring Pokemon over from previous titles. I imagine that created some bad memories. I want to try to change that, if I can. So, what Masuda is saying here, which, by the way, we'll continue down here, but what Masuda is saying here is that basically in the past, we've had games where you were stuck and you were not able to transfer Pokemon from the previous game into the next game, and that was an issue for people because, you know, you wanted to transfer Pokemon that you had. Maybe you had a shiny Pokemon, maybe you have a Pokemon that you really were attached to, a Pokemon you really, you know, put a lot of time and effort into, and you wanted to transfer it, but you were unable to. And that created issues. One of those issues, I think, was like Pokebank. Pokebank took such a long time to come out, and it was a real shit show as far as I remember when it first came out, because it was hard, like, you know, it was a bit complicated in the start, but, you know, eventually it rolled out properly. But I just remember it took a long time for them to get it out and available to the public, so it was a bit of a shit show in the start there, but they eventually got it out, and I think that's what he's referring to here with, like, you know, it created some bad memories. I could imagine that. That could definitely be, you know, a thing that you don't want to go back to and repeat again, but rather you want to be able to just go through this, you know, smoothly now. But he continues on here, so he's clearly avoiding committing to the idea fully, but the fact that he's even mentioned the possibility in an interview suggests it's rather likely to happen. Of course, if it does indeed happen, this means that players will likely be able to transfer their favorite Pokemon from Let's Go titles to the upcoming main RPG next year, which will open this actually here as well. If you're grabbing a Pokeball Plus, this means you'll have a way of transferring the elusive Mew over too. Either way, Masuda also provided a small comment on the 2019 core RPG release, suggesting that Game Freak is still treating the game primarily as a handheld experience, with players using their own individual systems. And then this is what Masuda said here, as for the 2019 title, we're working with the idea that everyone will be playing on their own Switch. It'll have the same kind of feeling as the previous games on handheld systems. Would you like to see the Pokemon Let's Go titles connect with the 2019 RPG? Or are you not fused about transferring your collection of monsters from one game to another? Let us know with a comment down below. So, personally, I don't really see the value, if I'm going to be honest. And then there's people actually leaving comments down here. Actually, Silly G seems to be saying something. If Game Freak are sparing no expense with Pokemon 2019, then I would be imagined that the TV play will be glorious. For many of us, this has been a fantasy long unfulfilled. See, the thing for me, though, is that he keeps talking about, like, this, that it's supposed to be handheld, right? And that's the thing that worries me, is that they will just keep giving us, like, experience. Like, here's the thing, right? Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee are essentially lesser versions compared to like previous Pokemon games, right? Even if you look at like Ultra Sun and Moon or Sun and Moon, they still had more features when you play it on the 3DS and stuff. But when I think of the handheld consoles right now, and when he says like it's supposed to be handheld systems, are they gonna then like just mainly aim so that it actually looks good when you're playing it on the Switch, and like, you know, the Switch in handheld mode, but not focus whatsoever on trying to make it look good when you're playing it on your like your actual TV? Are they gonna, like, you know, use Let's Go Pikachu as an excuse to say, like, oh, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, they're for your TV. They are for, like, the spectacle, right? Oh, you want to play Pokemon, a mainline Pokemon game on your TV in HD resolution? Well, play Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. But you want to play a Pokemon handheld game that's, like, actually featuring tons of new shit, and is the actual proper next generation of Pokemon games? You gotta play that handheld. So, I don't know if that's the point here. I'm sorry if I sound really, really edgy right now, but that's not the point, though. What I want to say is, though, that I just don't hope this whole, like, that it has to be handheld or whatever is going to take away from the experience of playing it on your TV, because that's the best part about Pokemon being on the Switch. That's why we're all excited, because we're going to be able to play an actual Pokemon game on a TV. Like, I can't wait to plug. That's the one thing that excites me about Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, even though I'm not even super excited about these games, as I am for the 2019 game. I get so excited just thinking about, like, the ability of having, like, Pokemon on my TV. Just that feeling is amazing, because it's been so long now since I was able to play like an actual Pokemon title on the TV, like, you know, not counting all the spin-off games like, you know, Battle Revolution or whatever, like, you know, not counting those. I'm just excited about the fact that, you know, we're going to be able to play a game on the TV now, and it's going to be a mainline game, I mean, quote-unquote, and then, like, he mentions here, like, you know, kind of the same, okay, but I guess then again, you know, maybe it's just supposed to be, and like he does say, it'll have the same kind of feeling as the previous games on the handheld systems, so I assume that we shouldn't really worry much about it. If it's gonna just have the feel of the games, then that's fine, but we already know that they've mentioned that it's supposed to be a handheld experience, and I don't know, like, he mentioned something here about their own Switch. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that, but, well, it is what it is, though. So, next up here is, and I guess this is just, like, the information about or just the tentative title or whatever, like, not tentative. Either way, this is just the page for the 2019 game. What I want to go through, though, is this info right here that was also posted, which originally where it came from. Game Freak's Junichi Masuda comments on the Pokemon 2019 Switch title. In this week's Famitsu, the magazine will be publishing an interview with Game Freak's Junichi Masuda. While we don't have our hands on the full discussion yet, as the issue hasn't gone live, some early quotes have leaked out early. We've translated the tidbits thus far. First up, a general comment from Masuda on the upcoming project. As for the 2019 title, we're working with the idea that everyone will be playing on their own Switch. It'll have the same kind of feeling as the previous games on handheld. So I guess we shouldn't worry then. I was just getting this. I guess I misread and I misunderstood there. But I was worrying about the fact of, like, oh, are they gonna make this game mainly focused to be played on handheld? So they're not gonna make it, you know, up to par to be played on you, also, so to say, up to par to be played on the TV as well. But I guess that would make no sense if they were to just, like, downscale it in terms of resolution and stuff, so it wouldn't look good on TV. That would just be weird. But I assume that this is just like them saying, okay, this game is going to have the experience of playing, like, on handhelds, on the, you know, the 3DS, 2DS, like that experience again, but now you're doing it on the Switch, and it's going to be more feeling like you want to play it, or like, you know, like this, but then again, you're also going to be able to play it on the actual TV. So I guess I just got worried there for no reason. Sorry about that. I apologize. Either way, it seemed Masuda was also asked if you'll be able to transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. In response, he said there have been times where you couldn't bring Pokemon over from previous titles. I imagine that creates some bad memories. I want to try and change that if I can. The full issue of Famitsu will be going live in the near future. We plan to translate the interview in full, so stay tuned. So yeah, the information will be out sooner or later, and we'll have to, you know, we'll have everything at that point, and we'll know what's going on here, guys. So I want to ask you guys really quickly about this. How do you feel about the ability of sending Pokemon from Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee over to the Pokemon 2019 Switch games, which I think would be fine, though I don't see a value in it, as the next games hopefully won't, like, you know, focus too much on Kanto Pokemon, and Kanto will kind of be on the sideline, and just like a, you know, because I want to have, like, Generation 5 again, and I'm not talking about the Generation 5 story or whatever. When I say Generation 5, I'm more referring to how the Generation 5 games worked, where you couldn't have any of the previous gen Pokemon until you completed the game, and that's when they appeared. So I would love to see a new game of Pokemon with like 150 plus Pokemon that are brand new, or 100 new Pokemon that are brand new, and they're the only Pokemon you can actually catch while playing through the main story, like the general gameplay of the story, and then once you're done with the game, the story and whatnot, you've been elite, you reached the Elite Four or whatever, then you unlock every other Pokemon. It's available, it's available in the world and in the the vicinity of your character. You can actually go and catch them all, so to say. So yeah, that's something I would want to see happen, though I feel like it's unlikely. And if you're able to send Pokemon for Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, well, I mean, then you mainly be sending Kantomons and like Alola forms, and that's really it. So I don't really see how that would be important or how that would be really worth it, in my personal opinion, because I don't know, like, maybe if you have a really good team and you want to just send it over, sure, actually that would make sense. But I don't know, is it really like something that you guys think is like super bad if it's, because I'm kind of indifferent about it. I think it would be cool if it was there, though I personally don't think I would be sending too many Pokemon over, unless these games have shinies, then I'll be sending my shinies over, most likely. But other than that, I don't think I'd be sending too many Mons over, because I mean, Kanto Pokemon you can most likely hopefully catch in the upcoming games as well, or essentially every Pokemon is what I'm assuming if it's a new generation. So I don't know, I mean, I'm curious, I'm really curious as to how that would work out. But I want to know your thoughts, guys. Would this really, like, not being able to send them over, would it be a bad thing for you, or would it be a good thing for you? Like, would you prefer it or not prefer it? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. And also about the 2019 games. I know I was going into a little bit of a tangent about, like, them putting too much focus on the game being on handheld, and then, avoiding putting a lot of effort into making it good looking and, like, good performance, good looks and all that stuff for the TV play, and, playing it in doctor mode. But I assume they wouldn't do that because it would just be a stupid thing to do. I mean, I could be wrong, but I could also be right here. I don't know. It could be either way. It could be, this or that way. So I don't know, but I want to know your thoughts, guys. Thank you so much for watching, though. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, then drop a like down below. Subscribe for future videos, guys, and I'll bring you the full interview and stuff. I'll go do a full breakdown on it when it does drop, guys. Either way, thank you so much for watching. My name is More From Masuda Interview. Have a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.